Hi everyone, my name is Genevieve Noel and welcome back to my channel.
The only heartache that I ever faced was a need of fortune and a dream of fame. I took those empty feelings and turned them into love. Which each time it's the eye in the storm of the universe. I got mine. Where do you think that you will find your
For those of you who are new here, this channel surrounds my 2021 goals and me reaching them. Now, this goal is related to a goal from last year, so those of you who have stuck around from last year, you know I am pregnant. And this is my 36-week update. Now, I don't have a goal this year that surrounds my pregnancy, but I have to finish the journey with you guys. It's only fair. That being said, 36 weeks has hit me hard, okay? Also, really sorry for my background. I'm getting to a point of stasis as much as I can. Let's see. So last week we talked about like my feet being really swollen and all of that kind of jazz. I went to the see my midwife yesterday and I had my 36-week appointment and I did have elevated blood pressure and she essentially was just like, okay, well, normally you'd wait 2 weeks before you came in again, but I want to see you next week and we'll check your blood pressure again. If you have any other like preeclampsia symptoms, vision, headache, or pain in your upper right quadrant, then, you know, talk to me. Let's go take care of you, etc. She did say I had a high level of water retention, but it may just be due to the fact that I haven't been eating super great as we've moved. I've been on my feet a lot and I have not been drinking as much water as I should have been. Today I have tried to start making some of those changes. I've added in some collagen to, I had a banana protein smoothie thing. Potassium is supposed to be very helpful. I have also taken all of my supplements for today, which is a lot. I have so many of them. Actually, you know what? Give me a second. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to show you all the supplements that I'm taking right now. So thinking about it, I guess one of my goals is to have a successful birth center birth this year. So the vitamins and everything, I guess the videos still are related. On my regimen, the consistent like daily stuff is these omega-3s. Because I don't like fish oil / fish, digestive gummies, prenatal gummies, collagen gummies, and then today I did take a papaya enzyme just to kind of aid my system today. Anyway, everything else was good to go. Baby was head down, but his back is still on the one side, which he has been on for quite some time. So it was recommended that I spend some time on my hands and knees when doing things so that his back will shift to the front. That way my labor will not take as long, which I'm totally down for anything that's going to help. On that same note, my stomach is measuring well. From the last time that I remember what my weight was, I have gained like 40 pounds. Which is ridiculous. Granted, it's been like 3 months since I have like my weight recorded, but actually it might be more than that. I don't know, still at least 3 months. Which I feel like that's pretty like what it should be, but still, man, that's just such a big number. My feet are still swollen, obviously. Nothing has really changed. It hasn't just suddenly gone away. You know, been taking as many necessary precautions as I can, and I'm working harder on actually, you know, doing the things that I should be doing. Additionally, we did just move, so I have been working really hard and exercising a lot, which is good in some ways, not so hot for my feet in other ways, but what can you do? Yesterday we went shopping for groceries for our new house, and we went to 3 different stores, and I was in so much pain. My hips hurt, my back hurt. I felt like I felt sick when I wasn't sitting. There was really nowhere to sit. It was Honestly, it was so rough. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm barely 36 weeks. Calm down. Like, that being said, in today's video, I did promise a couple of things. Now, I have to change this a little bit from what I said last time. Last time I did say that I was going to cover my birth center bag. I don't have it packed yet, so I'm going to be pushing that off. You'll see it in one of the next videos here. But today I'm going to answer some questions that were asked of me, and I want to answer them for you. There are a lot of questions, so some of them I am going to rapid fire through. First, is your belly soft or firm? I would say kind of a mix of both. Like, on top it's soft, but like as soon as you push down on it, it's firm immediately from my uterus being a muscle. Does it hurt to poke your bump? No, until you hit a bad spot, and then yes. In the lower region where my stretch marks are, oh my gosh. If you push on your bump, does the baby move? He is super reactive to my touches, to whatever I'm like poking, prodding around. Oh my gosh, he's super responsive to that. So yes. How big is the baby measuring? He's measuring on track as far as I know. I only got one ultrasound post, like I got my 22-week ultrasound, and then I haven't gotten an ultrasound since. But obviously you do, you know, the belly measurements every time you go in to see your doctor or midwife, and I'm on track, so I assume he's on track. But if you look at apps, he's between 6 and 6.5 pounds. Does your bump look different if you put it on the counter? This is actually kind of funny because, yeah, if you, like, lift your stomach up and, like, set it on something, not only does it, like, feel like a relief of pressure, but it also looks, like, rounder, if that makes sense, because it's holding up the baby, which is kind of weird. Does it hurt when the baby moves? Sometimes. It really depends where he's moving and what he's hitting. Do you look bigger from the side or the front? Definitely the side, because I feel like I'm very long, so on the side I feel like I look really pregnant, but from the front not so much. Could you write something on your belly? I don't know if this is actually a request, or can you? Yeah, I could. I'm not doing that in this video, but I mean, I could do something weird, like painting thing. I don't know, let me know. Where is your baby positioned? As I mentioned before, head down, back on the side here, and then feet up. He kicks me all the time in the lungs, especially in my rib cage. What is your stretch mark routine? I assume this means in terms of like getting rid of my stretch marks. I put on a Promise belly butter in the morning and in the evening, and additionally after I shower if that's done outside of that time. Have you gotten comments from strangers? Yes, primarily they say, oh, you're pregnant? Because I don't look pregnant in sweatshirts. There's like one dress that I wore, and I posted a picture of me in it on Instagram. That's like the only time people can like tell that I'm pregnant. And then they're like, oh, how do you feel? And I'm like, fine, I feel pregnant. Like, thanks. Can you use your belly like a table? Absolutely, I can. I choose not to sometimes, but my favorite thing to do is balance cups on it because I think that's hilarious. Does your belly jiggle? Yes, it depends. Does your belly hang? Not really, I guess. It kind of just like sits because there's like child sitting, you know what I mean? Like, it just sits. And I'll show you in the bump shot kind of what I mean by that. How do you make your belly look bigger? Honestly, just wearing tighter clothes. Can you eat something off your belly? No, I can't bend that far. Does your baby move when you talk to him? No, he actually doesn't. He's somewhat responsive to sounds, but it just like depends. I haven't detected any sort of specific pattern. When there are sounds, he is usually more responsive, but there isn't like anything specific like music or my voice or Dad's voice or something like that he particularly responds to. Does your belly move if you push it side to side? Kind of, but not like water. Like, if I push it, obviously it goes back. Baby's really good at like moving one way and then the other way and moving my whole belly. It's kind of painful, but at the same time, really cool. And sometimes I'm just like, okay, calm down. Are you going to be making the pre-pregnancy clothing challenge? I would love more details on this, like what you'd like to see. I don't really know what the pre-pregnancy clothing challenge is. I'm going to do some research and look for it. Does your belly ever get in the way? Yes. Most of the time, that's the only time that I can really tell that I'm like have a big belly is because I'll run into like a wall or something and be like, oh, I don't fit. Whoops. So I made this comparison for some of my family members, and men will not understand this, but ladies probably will. It's like having boobs. You don't think about it until they're in the way. Like, or you look down and you're like, oh yeah, I have boobs. Like, until they get in the way of something or like you hit them, you don't really think about them or feel them being there, if that makes sense. They just are. I feel that same way with my belly. Can you do a belly roll? No, I never could though, so. Does your bump look bigger sitting or standing? I personally think standing. Is it easier to push on the top or sides of your belly? I would say top rather than the sides. Has the baby dropped? Not that I know of, unless it's happened today. Has your belly button popped? I think it's flat. It's not pushed out, but again, you can see that and judge for yourself later. Does baby ever make your bump look lopsided? Yes, all the time. He loves to sit on just one side, particularly my right side here. How far can you push on your bump? It depends. If I'm really in pain and it helps to move him, I can move him in any way that I want. If you shake your bump, do you feel him move? Now, this is actually an interesting idea, and I don't know, other moms can comment on this as they like, but I can feel that there's, like, when he moves and hits things, I feel his movements. But because he's in, like, a sack of water, I think, I could only imagine this would be the reasoning. And there isn't, like, necessarily nerve endings in your uterus as far as I know. I can't, like, physically feel like there's constantly someone touching me on the inside. So the way that the nerves are set up is I'm pretty sure how it works. I can't feel that. Like, it doesn't constantly feel like there's someone there. Can you fit a belt around your belly? A seat belt, but that's about it. Can you suck in your belly and push it out? A little bit, not very much. How big is your baby measuring? Again, just right on track. Do you have any stretch marks? Yes, absolutely, especially around my belly button. Does the baby move if you put your bump on the counter? He moves just because he wants to. Like I said, he's super reactive, but like he's picky at the same time. So sometimes he's just like, leave me alone. Doesn't do anything. Other times he's like, there's no reason for me to be moving, but I'm just going to dance over here. If you pat on your bump, does it sound like a drum? Not really. It just like, I don't know. It just sounds like skin, like if you were to pat on like your leg or your thigh, just less slappy-like, because I feel like there's less fat because it's a muscle right up front. Those are all of the questions that I have had, that I have collected for this video. Thank you for asking. They were kind of random, but I absolutely love that because, especially for a person that's not pregnant or for a person who's been pregnant, but they may not have had any pregnant friends or whatever, you know, you have questions that you wonder, and I am definitely willing to answer those for you because why the heck not? That's why I'm here. Okay, bump shot time. Alright, this is the belly. I got my belly band on today. It's so itchy, but so needs to be on because my back hurts like so much. Super shiny because I lotioned, but like you can see all the stretch marks around here. They kind of are like the darker red, and then the blue is obviously the vein. My belly button is flat. Yes. Good times. Stay tuned for next week's video. We will be at 37 weeks, and we will actually be doing the nursery tour, like I said. I'm about halfway done with the nursery right now. It's organized into like 2 halves, and the furniture is somewhat built, and I've washed all the baby clothes, but nothing is put away yet. So I need like a week to do that, and then I will be doing the nursery tour. For updates, keep an eye out on Instagram. That is going to be coming up very soon. In Friday's video, I am doing a bake with me video, and then I'm going to be doing an empty house tour coming up very soon here. So keep your eye out for all of that. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you can get notifications for when more of these videos come out. I really enjoyed talking to you guys today, and oh my gosh, 36 weeks is hitting me hard. If you relate, please comment down below and like what you did to make it through, because I'm just at the point where I'm like, I kind of want to like be able to do things again. And it hasn't even been that much time that I haven't been able to do everything. Like there are certain things I haven't been able to do my whole pregnancy, like drink or eat certain foods or what have you. But like I want to go around and I want to make dinner without being totally exhausted after like 2 minutes or not being able to feel my toes. So like, when can I have that back? Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Love, Genevieve.